oops, oops, whoops. It's another beautiful day and you're doing yoga. Let me get my blocks. We can get started. Oh, here it is. I'm getting old. I'm getting younger and younger. So I usually get my yoga. Go here on my computer and I get team. Today I'll do beginner. Team Senesi. Beginner yoga. And then I'll do 45 minutes.
Hi, and welcome to Yoga for Strength and Flexibility with a focus on hip and hamstring mobility. Let's begin today's class in child pose. So come onto your hands and your knees. Watch out for your fluffy dog. With your big toes together, take your knees wide enough for your rib cage within the toe, and then stretch your arms all the way forward. So as you feel your hips release back and down, feel length along your side body through the reach of your arms. Instead of just letting your elbows hang to the ground, open up your hands, reach into your hands, and feel your forearms lift up away from the ground. Use the reach of your hands to move your hips back. And use the connection of your hips towards your heels to lengthen through your side ribs. Then as you inhale, lift your chest away from the ground, walk your hands over to the right, so your left hand lines up with the front right corner of your mat. Slide your right elbow back. As you bend the right elbow back, lean into the left side more so you can feel a stretch along your armpit chest, upper side rib. Let the left side of your waist drop back. Stretch your right arm forward again and walk over to the left side of your mat. Plant the right hand, bend your left elbow back. Open to your chest to the left a bit so you can feel a deeper stretch in the back side armpit chest. Walk your hands back to center. Come up onto your hands and your knees. With your hands right underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Round your back and the back of your navel as you exhale. Inhale into extension, flip your sit bones up, and like a wave through your spine, roll from the bottom up into the top. Exhale to round. Inhale to back up. Exhale to round. Inhale into ascension. Then come into neutral. Stretch back into downward dog. From downward facing dog, spread your toes. As you bring the feet close together, spread the toes out along the mat. Then lower your knees down And stretch your hips back towards your heels. Walk your hands back towards your knees. If you can upright yourself with the toes curled under.
Welcome to yoga morning.
Or your ankles. Put some support in between your buttocks and your heels. If it still feels too gnarly, just keep your hands down or stay lean forward. From here, make fists. And we're going to make circles with the wrists to start to mobilize the wrists.
I'm just waking up.
Then interlock your fingers, turn the palms inside out, reach the arms forward, and then bend the elbows back towards your heart. The more upright you are, the more intense it's going to be on your toes. You can stay lean forward at this angle. Change the interlock, take the other index finger on top. If it's just too much, you can stand up on your knees with your toes curled under. And then let's start to pump the arms up overhead. Warming up the wrists, warming up the forearms, warming up the shoulders. Bring your arms down. Then come onto your hands and knees and see if you can turn your hands around so that the thumbs point out to the side and the fingers point back. Keep a soft bend in the arm, right at the forearm, right at the elbow. And to intensify the stretch, you can move your hips back towards your heels more. But don't go for an extreme sensation here. Just be like a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10. Turn the hands around. Stretch back into downward facing dog. Just notice if you feel any more freedom in your forearms and your shoulders and your wrists. Now step your right foot up to the outside of your right hand. Drop your back knee down. And as you inhale, start to move your pelvis forward towards your right heel. Stretch your chest forward and up. And as you exhale, draw your hips back. Reach down into your right inner foot as you breathe the right leg towards straight. Inhale to glide forward. Exhale to stretch back. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, stretch back. Come forward again, curl your back toes under, lift your back knee up.
Oh, my
Now
socks
spin
have
your
to
back
go
foot
out.
down onto the ground. And as you plant your right hand down onto the inside of your foot, on the block, or on the floor, depending on your flexibility, twist or take your left arm up. As you exhale, like you're going to thread the needle, slide your right arm on the inside of your leg, just behind your ankle. Reach and stretch, open up the back of the left shoulder, upper back. And then as you inhale, twist back open again. Exhale to slide your arm through, reach, twist. Inhale, open up again. Externally rotate the arm so that the thumb points back, palm points forward, and reach the arm overhead. As you connect your inner knee into your arm, use your arm to pry your right knee open again so you feel a stretch. Reach to your back inner leg, connect to your back heel. Bring your hand down. As you plant both hands flat, spin your back heel up. Now plant your left hand right underneath your left shoulder. Twist and take your right arm up. Internally rotate your arm, hook it behind your back. Then look down towards your left hand. Look back up, take your arm up, externally rotate, reach overhead, bring your hand down. Step back into plank position.
I'll just go back to downward facing
One
dog.
arm stability strength exercise. From the plank position, shift your weight over into your right hand as you exhale, See if you can bring your left hand to your chest. If it's too difficult, have your knees down on the ground. Change sides. Shift into your left hand. Bring your right hand to your chest. Both hands flat. Glide back into down dog. Step your left foot up to the outside of your left hand. Drop your knee down. Let your hips start to glide forward as you inhale. As you exhale, stretch the hips back. Reach down through your left inner foot as you grow the leg longer. Inhale, forward into the lunge.
Hello.
Exhale, glide back. Slow down your breath to help to increase the range of motion. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, glide back. Come forward again, shoulders right over your wrists. Curl your back toes and lift your back knee. Then spin your back heel down to the ground. Left hand plants on the ground or on a block. Twist open and raise your right arm up. As you exhale, slide the arm through. Reach. Feel a stretch across the back of the shoulder, upper back. As you inhale, twist back open, raise your arm. Exhale, slide your arm through. Inhale, twist back open. Externally rotate your arm, reach it overhead. Bring your right hand down, spin your back heel up, and then twist with your right hand right underneath your right shoulder. Then internally rotate the left arm, wrap the arm behind your back, hook the hand, and look down towards your right hand. Look back up, take your arm up, reach overhead. Plant both hands and step back into plank position. One arm plank, stability, strength exercise. Shift the weight over into your right hand. Bring your left hand to your chest. As you exhale, reach the shoulder blade. And as you inhale, fill the back rib. Change sides. Left hand down, right hand to your chest. As you exhale, reach from your shoulder blade into your hand. And as you inhale, expand your back ribs. Both hands flat, stretch back, downward facing dog. Look between your hands, step, walk, or float up to the front of your mat. Bend your knees, and as you inhale, elongate your spine. As you exhale, round and fold forward. One more time as you inhale, bend knees enough so that you can elongate your whole spine. Reach back to your sit bones, reach forward to the backs of your ears. And as you exhale, let the legs go towards straight as you let the spine lengthen out. Then roll yourself up to stand, one vertebra at a time. Let each bone of the spine stack on top of the one below. Stand tall and mountain. Take a moment to be mindful of your standing posture. Feel all four corners of your feet root. Feel your pelvic roots, your tailbone, your sit bones aim down. Your rib cage aim straight down. And balance your head on top. As you inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, elongate, knees bent or legs straight. Plant hands, step back, downward facing dog. From down dog, shift forward to plank pose. Chaturanga push-ups, knees down or legs straight. Whichever one you do, make sure that you don't dip in your spine. Keep your core engaged as you lower slowly to elbow height. Hover there, and then lift back up using your core strength. Lower slowly to elbow height. If you're able to do it with legs straight, make sure that you're not doing the worm. So keep your spine nice and long. Cover yourself up in plank position, and then glide back to downward facing dog. From down dog, raise your right leg up behind you, lift from the inner thigh. Now bend your knee, open up your hips to the right, but still keep your core connected. Reach your tailbone out of your lower back towards your knee. Then shift to plank, pull your knee up. Lift your knee up towards the outside of your right armpit. Press the floor down and away from you. Step the foot all the way up by your thumb. Now turn your back heel flat onto the mat, and as you inhale, come up into warrior two. Straighten your right leg. Reach out over your straight right leg for triangle pose, Utthita Trikonasana. Use a block or place your fingertips on the floor depending on your proportion. Then bring your left hand down. Step your back foot an inch or two closer. Turn the toes in a little more than halfway. Slide your right hand to your right hip. Revolve your chest as you pull your elbow up towards the sky, and then raise your right arm. Anchor the right inner foot. Move the right hip up and back. Bring your right hand down, step back into plank position. Chaturanga push-ups 3 times, legs straight or knees down onto the ground, your call. Hover in the low plank position, engage your legs in your core to lift back up. Stretch back into downward facing dog. Raise your left leg up behind you. Anchor through your right inner foot. Bend the knee, open up your hip. As you twist open, make sure that your rib cage doesn't hang. So connect the front of the ribs towards the pelvis, reach through the tailbone. Then shift the plank, pull your knee up towards your armpit. Squeeze your heel up to your butt. And then step the foot up by your thumb. Turn your back heel down as you inhale, come up into warrior two. Triangle pose. Now bring your right hand down, pick up your back foot, step it a little closer and turn the toes in towards the front corner of your mat. Plant your right hand down, left hand on your hip. Pull the elbow up, revolve from the rib cage, then take the arm straight up. Bring your hand down, step back into plank position. Now in plank pose, plant your right hand in the middle and roll into side plank, Vashisthasana.
So for this one, I do modified because my wrist, my
Change
left
sides. Bring your
wrist
left hand
is
down and take your right
very
arm.
painful.
Both hands down, stretch back, downward facing dog. Step your right foot up. Warrior one. Inhale, come up, raise your arm. Bring hands to prayer as you straighten your right leg. Step your back foot an inch or two closer if needed. Then bring your hands behind your back. Press your knuckles together or take reverse prayer and start to tip forward out over your right leg. Go to the halfway position, pause there, breathe length through your spine. Then as you ground the inner foot, take the whole spine forward and down out over your leg. Inhale, come into a flat back, elongate, stretch your arms straight back. Step into warrior three. Now as a modification, I highly recommend, if you're newer to this pose, you don't have a lot of flexibility in your hamstrings, that you place blocks or a chair underneath your hands and work on lifting your back leg, a straight leg, up to the line of your spine. Once you have that, you're able to keep your spine elongated and keep your back leg lifted, both legs straight. Then you can work on lifting up and bringing your hands to prayer position. But it's better to load a long spine with good posture than it is to be hunched over and trying to lift up away from the ground. 3 more breaths. Then place your left hand down, right in line with your big toe. Bring your right hand to your hip like we practiced. Revolve the rib cage, pull the elbow up towards the sky, and then see if you can take the arm up. Bring your hands down. Let your head start to drop towards your right foot. Press into your right foot, pull the hip up, and then lift the back leg up into the air as high as you can, standing splits. Lower the left leg to meet the right. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Practice your yoga squat. With your feet shoulder distance apart, drop your buttocks down. Hook your armpits up onto your knees. Let your upper back start to spread towards your hands like you're reaching your arms, pressing the wall away from you. On your inhalation, expand through your back body. Let it open up and spread like your upper back is a big turtle shell. So this is basically the position for Bakasana or crane pose. On the next round, we're going to try to balance in this position. Plant your hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Step your left foot up, warrior one. Inhale, come up. Straighten your leg. Bring your hands into reverse prayer or press the knuckles together. Fold forward out over your leg. Go halfway, pause there. Use your exhalation to ground into your feet. And then lengthen all the way out over your leg. Get them all in. Then inhale to a flat back. Stretch the arms back. Always like the neighborhood watch, didn't like any nonsense or shenanigans going on. Bend your knee and step up. Warrior three or modified warrior three. So if you're able to hold that line without the hands down, cool. Otherwise, have the hands down and use that to help to use your core to support you, your deep core muscles. Back leg strong. Feel your glute turn on to hold your leg. Then put your right hand in line with your big toe. Left hand to your outer hip. Pull the elbow up as you rotate the rib cage and then take the arm up once you're steady. Bring your hands down to the ground. And then start to lengthen all the way out over your leg. Feel the inner foot connect, and then stretch the back leg up into the air. Inner foot down, left hip crease lifts up into the air, then lower your leg down and fold forward. Now, with your feet together, come back into your squat. Armpits up on your knees, arms stretch forward.
Oh, my feet
We'll do a little
together.
stability here. So I want you to pull your fingers back towards your shoulders as much as you can. Now, if you aren't able to get toward close to a 90-degree angle here, you have some issues with your wrist mobility you gotta work on. Otherwise, they're gonna start to bother you when you go to load them in arm balances and handstands. So that's something to be aware of. That's why we did some wrist mobility in this class. I have a great wrist mobility video I'll link from here. You're gonna lift your heels up.
So this one is hard for me because of my left
Bend
wrist.
your elbows, lean into your arms, and then see if you can come back into that position. But just with your hands on the ground.
Practice.
Release that. Come into Malasana. And then sit your bum on the ground. Lie down on your back and hug your left knee to your chest as you stretch your right leg out. Change legs. Now as you keep the right knee hugged in, you stay crunched up, reach your right arm back. Change. So this is a great core strengthener and shoulder hip stretch. Just one more round here. And then your bent knee into your chest, stretch that leg straight up in the air. And instead of tugging the leg, just slide your hands up towards your ankle as best you can. And change legs. Keep going now. Then bend that bent knee in towards your chest again, whichever one it is, hands behind your head, and twist towards the knee. Change legs. Keep going. Hug your knees to your chest. Little stretch in between. Set your feet onto the ground the width of the mat. Open up your arms like cactus arms and let your knees swivel over to the right. Look to your left. Change, knees to your left. Look to your right. Come back to center. Come into bridge pose, lift your hips up. Plant your hands at your side. Now keep your feet close together, about hip socket distance apart. As you press down into your right heel, bring your left knee up into your chest. If you have the hamstring length, stretch the leg straight up, and then lower it slowly to the ground as you squeeze your buttock up. Lift your leg up, and lower it slowly to the ground. Lift your leg up. Now adding on, holding the leg up, lower the buttock towards the ground, lift back up. Lower the buttock, and lift up. Change legs. Take the right leg straight up. Lower slowly. And back up. Move the buttocks towards the back of your knee. Rib cage towards your pelvis. Lower slowly. Lift your leg straight up. Now hold your leg up. Lower your left buttock. Hover it 1 centimeter above the ground. And lift back up. Lower your buttock 1 centimeter above the ground. Lift back up. Last one. Lower slowly. Lift back up. Set your right foot down as well. Now lift your hips up and hold in bridge. Either interlock your hands or grab a hold of the sides of the sticky mat and rotate your arms so that your chest opens. You can hold in this position in extension or place your hands underneath your shoulders and go up into bridge pose. Or, I'm sorry, what's the one called? Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow. Whichever one you're going to do, hold for 5 more breaths. Keep your knees stretching straight ahead and reach your knees out of your lower back. Feel that helps to turn on the glutes and the hamstrings. Lower your buns back down. Now stretch your right leg straight up into the air. You have an option here. If you're more flexible, you can hook your big toe and stretch your left leg up along the ground. If you're not so flexible on your hamstrings, you can just use a strap. Now, whichever stretch you're doing here, whether you're holding the big toe or strapping it, you want to feel that on the sensation scale. It's like a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10. So it feels like you can relax into it. If you're straining, you're just going to teach your body to create more neurological tension. So it's going to be counterproductive. Take the leg over to the left until it lines up with your shoulder now, and open your right arm out to the side. This one's great for the IT band and the outer hip. Bring your leg back to center. Now crunch up towards your leg. Bring your leg as close towards your face as you can. And then keep the leg close like that as you lower your head back down. Release, change sides. Take your left leg straight up. So I err on the side of leaving a little less stretch on this first one, so I can just kind of let the sacrum reset. Then take the leg over to the side. Foot or strap in the right hand as the left arm opens up. You can take the arm to this cactus position so you get a little opening for the chest, external rotation, along with the horizontal abduction. Bring your leg back to center. Curl yourself up. Keep the leg close as you slowly lower down. Release that and cross your right ankle over your left knee. Hug it in.
Starting to feel nice.
Take a deep breath into where you're feeling the sensation of your hip. And as you exhale, see if you can let go of some of that tension. Change the cross of your leg. Deep breath into where you're feeling the sensation. And as you exhale, let it all go. How powerful. Then take happy baby. Reach onto the insides of your knees, but catch the outsides of your feet. Hug your knees in and roll up to seated. Take your legs about a 90-degree angle. Then spread your arms out to the side. Sit up tall. And as you exhale, twist towards your left foot and reach. But pretend like there's a ball right here on your belly and you're rounding over the ball as you reach. As you inhale, sit back up. And as you exhale, twist to your right. Use the exhalation to release back away from the imaginary ball. Inhale to come up. Exhale to reach and twist. Now hold and inhale. Exhale, one more. Inhale back up. Exhale, reach and twist. Hold as you inhale. Exhale, reach a little deeper.
I am more flexible going this way
Inhale, come back up.
than this way.
Now take your right leg into Janu Sirsasana position. Turn to face your right knee and side bend out over your left leg. Come back up. Change sides. Turn to face the left knee and side bend out over the right leg. Come back up. Now cross your right ankle right in front of your left, or hook the foot so that the toes go right into the crease of the leg here. The ankle goes right in between, the right ankle bone goes right in between the divot between the left ankle bone and the heel. If that's uncomfortable on your knees, you can modify. Then stretch the arms out, join the tip of the thumb and the index finger. Root down through your sit bones, be tall through your spine. And we're gonna practice a breath technique called Viloma Pranayama. So this breath technique is gonna help to activate the parasympathetic. It's gonna help to relax and cool the nervous system. It's gonna teach us to do longer exhalations, which will improve the health of the diaphragm, which is your breathing apparatus, or your prana pump, your life force energy pump for your body.
So this breath takes
the
you from
healthier it
survival mode
becomes,
to
the
thriving
better
mode.
in your yoga practice, your body is able to move prana or life force energy through the energy channels. The more athletic it'll make you as well. So you sit up tall, exhale all the air out. Breathe in through your nose. Let the breath go all the way down. Pause at the top of the inhalation. Let a third of the air out. Pause. Let another third out. Pause. Let all the air out. Breathe in through your nose. Pause at the top. Let a third out. Pause. Stay calm. Let another third out. Let it all out. Breathe in through your nose. Pause at the top. Let a third out. Pause. Let another third out. Pause. Let all the air out. Take a normal breath cycle.
It actually feels good. It relaxes you. That breathing
Now
technique
rest your
is
hands
good.
in your lap. Just take a moment of mindfulness here. Notice the quality of the breath. Observe the body, how it feels, the shift in energy. And also notice your current mental state. Lie down on your back. We're just going to lie down for a couple minutes here to fully ground and relax in our final meditation, Shavasana. Now gently roll over to your side. And press yourself up to seated. Bring your palms together. Thank you. Namaste. Thanks for joining me for today's class. If you liked it, take a moment to hit the like button because it'll let other people on YouTube know that it's a good video to watch. I mean, the algorithm will somehow.
Hi, thank you guys for joining my class. If you like the video, like it, let us know. If you like morning yoga, it transforms the person who sees. That's true. Yoga is about touching your toes. It's not about touching your toes. It's about learning what you learn on the way down. Yoga is not about touching your toes. It's well, game over, game over. Yeah, that was my morning yoga. If you guys like the morning yoga, let me know because I like doing yoga and maybe I can take you with me when I'm doing my yoga. And thanks for joining me. Like this video to let other people know that it's a nice video to watch. And until next time, may God bless you.